Today on Girl Chat, parents, do you know what sharenting is? We'll tell you all you need to know.
I'm about to get an attitude.
Then you are not ready to be a parent.
And 10 things you should never say in an argument with your boo.
Why you mad?
Then, do you need Jeannie's advice? We have Jeannie's gems.
Oh, don't you try me.
Plus, what's the one question you're too embarrassed to ask your OB-GYN? Don't worry, we got you, girl. This is OB-GYN Hotline.
So fresh and so clean.
The real starts now.
This is our
because first up we have Libby Purves, a writer for Daily Mail, recently discussed the new trend of sharenting, referring to parents who brag about every moment, everything on their children on social media. Now, Libby suggests that a lot of the time parents aren't taking into account how their kids will feel about seeing all those pictures when they grow up. And according to the BBC, when children between the age of 10 and 12 are asked what they thought of the parents posting their pictures online, 1 in 4 said they felt embarrassed, anxious, worried, or sad. So, ladies, do you think sharenting is a normal or is it nuts?
Did you guys say nut?
Nuts.
It's nuts?
Well, I feel like we should hear from Tam because
I know. I'm trying to answer that.
Trying to
what do you
find the
think?
words.
What's your first answer to the question without thinking about you involved?
Okay, well, for me, I'm all about balance.
'Kay.
You know that in everything.
'Kay.
So I am a mommy blogger. I absolutely love doing it. However, on my website and on my Instagram, there's a balance.
Yeah.
I don't just talk about my kids every single second, every single day, you know, every single year. I balance it out. So I talk about hair, I talk about fashion, I talk about food, you know, but the moment my kids may feel sad or anxious and they don't want me to do it anymore, I'm done. That's it.
That's good.
I'm done. It's just a natural instinct for me to want to share, though.
These kids are being dramatic. I was like, as a non-parent, I'm like, that seems pretty dramatic for a photo. But I will say this. I think that as a viewer of people who do the sharenting, it doesn't bother me personally at all. I'm usually like, oh my God, the kid's so cute. That's so nice.
Yeah.
We actually have a family group chat where my sister sharents all the time. Is that a word? I'm just making...
Sharenting?
Yeah. She was sharenting on there. She sharents all the time, but it's with our family because we actually care. Does that make sense? Like, I think sometimes, like, you don't have a close friend or your mom to send this photo to, or like why does, like, everybody doesn't care about your child going poo-poo. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
it doesn't bother me, but I know there are some people out there that'll be like, oh my God, like, I get it, the baby went potty.
Yes. Well, as a child of a parent, I personally love being sharented. I really did. Mama Mai, she really, like, put me on blast in every way possible. So when I'm part of the era where we didn't have cell phones and like iClouds, I have stacks and stacks of albums of my first taste with the cake, my first bike ride, and those are my treasures today, you guys, because I don't print my pictures on my iPhone today. I don't print my pictures on my phone, so I need those albums, and if I were running from a burning fire, those would be the things that I treasure most. So I give it up to parents for doing that.
Yeah.
It takes time.
I have a question, though.
Yeah.
Obviously, you and your family in your private time, you can see those photos, but I think it's more so the question of the world seeing those photos. When they're out there on social media, now it's not just you looking at your first, you know,
I just put a picture of my cute self on Instagram right now. I was cute and you will enjoy it.
The thing is that what one person think is cute, the other person may think is awkward, because we all go through awkward phases when we're growing up. And I think maybe that's where they're coming from. I really don't have a problem with sharing. What I do have a problem with is disciplining online. And if you're shaming the kid, and a lot of times that's happening because people are like, yeah, I'm gonna show you, he stole some potato chips. You know, you putting it out there for the world. That's what I have a problem with.
I see what you're saying.
That's too much.
Yes.
I agree with that.
I agree. Here's where sharing has been, could have a positive effect. Has anybody felt awkward about the way they looked when they were younger? Maybe you thought your nose was big, or you had like,
of course,
right?
Everybody. Acne and all that
My teeth had to find their way.
Totally. Okay, we've done that here too. We bear our pictures, or sometimes our producers are real good at researching and finding pictures of us that we're like, oh my God. But have you ever had the adverse reaction that when you show it in front of your friends, they're like, oh my God, you were so cute. Look at you. And you know, that to me.
But what if you were really not cute? And they're like, oh my God, you don't look anything like yourself.
Did you have to wear headgear?
Yes.
Okay, so no, my teeth had to find their own way by themselves.
Mine.
Oh, you
I didn't have braces. We couldn't afford braces, and I really wanted them, but then they just figured it out. And
But Adrian, you
nice.
had moments too where we put your pictures up on here and you looked so cute. You sometimes joke about your own cheetah girl days, and I'm like, that's how you look when you have no makeup on. Stop.
But Adrian,
getting crazy.
I do have a question for you because I wore braces.
Yes.
And they had to do a lot of pulling, okay? T and I were called the buckwheat twins because we had those kind of teeth and a gap and the vampire teeth. I had it all. So, geez, y'all gassed.
We like
Whatever.
description.
But your teeth look perfect now, so how did they get there?
So these two front teeth actually cracked. They actually straightened themselves out when I was in 4th grade.
Yeah?
And then I cracked them. Me and my sister were playing. This is so crazy. We were playing hide and go seek in a small project apartment, and I ran to the bathroom to hide.
Yeah.
And so I had the door like this, and she was just playing with me, so she opened the door hard. Claudette, I forgive you and I love you so much. She opened the door, and when she opened the door, I ate the toilet. Like I ate the porcelain of the toilet.
Oh my God.
So this one cracked this way, and this one cracked this way.
Oh, wow.
So because those were my adult teeth, my mom was at church. We lived across the street from the church, so I walked across the church. This is so random, in a big t-shirt. Like, did any of you guys wear pajamas, like just big t-shirts?
Yeah.
So I had a big t-shirt on, and they took my mom out of a meeting that she was having at church, and me and my sister were like in our pajamas, and they brought my mom down, and I had to show her that I had cracked my teeth, and even my nerves were hanging out of the teeth.
Oh, Jesus.
It was terrible, and so I had to swallow like that, like. Anyway, I found one was in my mouth and one was on the floor.
Oh, geez.
So they bonded them back together. I know, they glued them back together, and then I did a mold, and then they created these two, which my two front teeth are caps.
Got it.
So really,
And the rest I keep. My bottom teeth are all regular. They straighten out
They look like you wore braces. They look like you wore braces. They're really good.
Yeah,
That's good.
People who have good teeth are
they
blessed.
But if we didn't have technology, you would just have this big
I would be
space.
walking around looking straight nuts. I would have cracked teeth. Yeah.
Teeth are everything.
I would say this about the sharing team. I think it's a good thing, but I agree with Tam to have balance. And I think that sometimes parents could try to live through their kids.
Yes.
Don't do that. Let the kids save something so when they grow up, they can put on their Instagram or whatever the next thing is. Post pictures of yourself at the disco.
Or at least make albums.
With a hashtag flashback.
Make albums and save them in the family,
Well,
for
from
sure.
sharing to too much to saying too much, sometimes in the heat of the moment, we say things to our significant others that we know are hitting below the belt. In fact, Fatherly.com recently published a list of the 10 things to never say when arguing with your spouse. For example, saying, I hate the way you dress, or you've really let yourself go, and finally, you're acting just like your mother.
Wow.
So ladies, what things do you think are off limits when it comes to arguing with your spouses?
That's why I did your daddy.
Wait, that's actually not a diss.
Don't say that.
That's not a diss, though.
Why, Jeannie?
Because you're
It's a
telling your
compliment?
kid. Well, you're telling your kid how he got there, so
No.
We're talking about your
Jeannie,
spouse,
right?
Jeannie.
You told your spouse. That's why I did your
that
daddy.
not that daddy. Okay. Oh my God, Lonnie.
What is in this?
Jeez.
Oh my God.
It's okay. You
We're
get it now.
talking about arguing with your spouse.
My mind is trying to say innocent and clean for 2018.
Okay, what do you think is messed up to say when you're arguing with your spouse? I think saying anything about the person's looks is just a
I know.
just a
That's
whack
bad.
argument. And then all reality, you're dissing yourself because you're the one that chose them.
Yeah.
Like, you got bad taste is pretty much all you're saying.
True. Yes.
Like, oh, you're ugly. Well, you like ugly girls.
It's true.
Yeah, you throw it back on them. So if they say something about you, you're like, well, you sleeping with it.
Exactly. Okay, I'm sorry, but literally talking about below the belt, like, I think one of the bad things to do is talk about, you know.
Oh, below the belt.
Don't talk about below the belt. Don't diss below the belt.
Dare.
And most importantly, don't say, and by the way, I fake all my orgasms.
Never.
Like, don't do that.
Or I've had better, you know.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I go
Fighting
below.
words, you can't come back from that because forever, and they always say that in every joke, there's some truth. Like, even if you say, I was just messing around, I was just mad, they'll think somewhere in the back of their mind that was always true.
Yeah.
And you can't
You're
mess
just
with
saying to
women,
hurt
man.
them.
Yeah, that's
Women
true.
have the most unforgettable memory. We remember everything.
Yeah, somebody
how
was
you
like,
said
and
it,
that's why
the
you
teeth
stink.
was showing when you tried to say it. We see it all.
Tamara, why you over there being quiet, holding your glass?
Well, this is the real. And my thing is I'm not going to pretend I never said one of those things. I'm just saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's honest.
And why are you laughing, Lonnie? I learned the hard way, you know. And sometimes I just say things because I know what kind of response I'm going to get out of it.
Yeah.
But it doesn't make it. It doesn't make it right. So I'm kind of reliving my past experiences and.
Gonna spill it.
No, I just felt bad.
What'd you say?
I have said, you know, I love Art, my husband's father, but I have used that. You're just like your father, you know, and it's not. It feels good in the moment because I got his attention.
Right.
But after that, when you see, you know, how they react to it, and like you said, it took him like 3 weeks to get over that, and you know,
and forever they'll hold it over your head.
Yes, and I never, ever, ever want him to feel that way ever
So
again.
what would
that's
you
the
have
reason
done
why I'm quiet.
differently? What would you have done different? Give us some advice on, you got ladies.
I can't be the only one that has used
No,
that.
I'm just saying.
No.
We'll go down like when I get heated at somebody,
Yes.
I have to take a step back.
Yes.
You know, I take a step back. I pause for like a quick second
Yeah.
before I think about what I'm gonna say, because I'm like, either I'm gonna make this the worst thing ever, or I'm gonna reevaluate and say it. So I think sometimes we need to take a step back. You know, if I have a drink, I'll take a drink of water or a drink of whatever.
Yeah.
You know.
just honestly now I just walk away. So I'd say just give me a moment. You know, I'm really upset right now. I'm gonna walk away, think about it, and then come back and we'll talk like adults.
That takes
I
me
always
mad
think I'm so
chore,
much
man.
scarier when I
Yes.
don't say anything.
I think when we talk about this topic, it hits a sensitive nerve for me
Yeah.
because I remember obviously the end days of my marriage that ended, right? And I remember that because, you know, there's a certain area of time where you as a couple, if you've chosen divorce, you know when it's starting not to last.
Yeah.
But if you wait too long, you get into that gray area where you start saying things because you don't care anymore. So you really start pulling all those, you know. So when I think about this, I think about the things that I said that weren't right. And that left a lasting taste to where we are now. And I regret that today. You know what I mean?
Right.
Things
Like
like,
what kinds of things?
saying like, see, so that's why we're not working out. That's a, you know, that's an end, that's a killjoy moment, an ending moment. Saying things that you just know are finalizing your marriage. All to say, it makes what you said, I'm sorry, but when you're sitting here saying what you said to Adam was like, oh my God, you guys, it went so bad. I said, you're just like your father. He said I was just like Mama Maya, and I was like, I don't care. That makes it better. I'd rather that. Where I went, this is all right. So I'm just saying my point is, don't let it get to that place. You know whether or not you want to work it out. Either way, don't let it get to the place where you can't take back what you wanted to say.
How do you
Then you
feel
don't
about
care.
people throwing around the threat of divorce?
Oh,
there are a lot
or
of people I
breakup.
know that fight like this, where they're literally like, well, I don't want to be with you anymore. Or like they say, like, well, then we're getting a divorce. Like, you cannot. You cannot use the D word.
You cannot. And I know if I'm being real, I said it because I was at that place where I wanted it.
Yeah.
But I know that when you say it, once the first time you say it,
Put that seed of
you soften the serious and the brevity of that, and it actually punctures that person to a place that now that becomes the hanging threat over your head. So
Right.
if you really do not want to divorce, don't
say
ever
it.
speak of it.
Ever say it.
in your marriage.
Yeah, but when I said it, I was ready.
I was
I was good and ready. I'm ready to get up out of here. I was packing my stuff.
You were
I
like,
was out of here.
let me spell it for you. D-I-V.
O-R-C.
I had the papers. You know, I was my own lawyer. So I'm like, I did my own
No, you
divorce
didn't.
paper. I
You're
still
serious?
did. I was like, here you go, sign.
No. Okay. But we want you guys to live happily ever after out there.
She was done.
All right, now if you're arguing with your wife, one thing you should never tell her is that you didn't like her wedding dress. Ooh. Oh, okay, because finding that perfect dress for your big day is one of the biggest moments in any woman's life, even though you will only get to wear it once. So one woman named Christine Burke found a great way to redo saying I do. Christine invited her friends to this wedding dress party, right? Where the ladies surprised their husbands by rocking their OG wedding dresses.
Oh.
So because it had been about 20 years since the ladies had worn the dresses, they had to make a few alterations. But still, they ended up fabulous. Like this sister right here, she couldn't even zip up the dress. We've all been there, we get it.
Yes.
Right.
So ladies, when it comes to wedding dresses, do you think they necessarily have to be the one and done?
No, I think if you can rewear it, I mean, people spend so much money on their wedding dresses. If you can wear it again, wear it again.
Where?
Okay, so I had this idea. Well, there are people that actually, if they had a
Shade.
simpler dress, they dye it. Like, they can either dye
Yes.
it black or navy blue, and
Yes.
they can wear it to, like, something else. But I really wanted to do this with my girlfriends,
Okay.
where I wanted to have a bridal ball. Like, did I say that right?
That was so New York.
That was
You
so-
said
a bridal ball.
I want to have a bridal ball, yes. And that's where, like, you get all your lady girlfriends to, and this is the dope thing. You don't actually have to be married.
I like that.
You can, it's just a bride's ball, and then you pretty much, even if you're
Who
not...
want to do that if
I
they ain't
don't-
married?
Yeah.
No, go buy, you can just go buy a pretty white gown, anything you want, a pretty white dress, a pretty white slip dress, like something dainty, and then all the women that are married get to wear their wedding dresses again. Or if
Okay.
you're divorced, you get to wear your wedding dress again.
I know.
If I wear my wedding dress,
No?
it's a Hawaiian shirt. Because I got married at the Elvis Chapel in Vegas.
Vegas.
For real.
You were wearing a Hawaiian shirt?
Yes, that tells you how
went to-
serious this marriage was.
Wait, didn't you go to Vegas? Didn't you go to Vegas? I remember you telling me that story.
You didn't have a dress you could wear or something?
I gotta find a picture. I'm gonna look.
I think
Remind
we
me.
saw picture season 1. I do want
Yes.
you to bring it back, though. Yo, my God.
Jeannie, would you ever want to put your wedding dress back on? Because that's weird in that case.
No. I don't
It's
want...
too fresh for her.
Yeah, no, it's not that. It's just that for me, I know so many women who can't afford a wedding dress, and mine was pretty fly, if I say so myself. I would rather donate it and give it to somebody
That's
who
nice.
needs
Oh,
a
that's
wedding
sweet.
dress.
I like
Yes.
that.
So many people would agree that they do their best singing in the shower. Do you guys? Yes? Okay. But did you know that many people do their best thinking there too? Because according to an article on the Huffington Post, some people's, quote, shower thoughts can get really deep. For example, one person had the thought that Salt and Pepper are technically Spice Girls.
Oh
See that?
my
Real
gosh,
deep, real
that is
deep.
so true.
While another person came to the realization that books are actually tattooed trees.
Okay.
I'm just reading what they say here, all right?
Reaching.
Yeah.
And finally, somebody realized that at one point you were actually the youngest person in the world.
What
like
a
when you were born,
concept.
you know what I'm saying? Okay, so ladies, when you do
No.
your best thinking in the shower, what kind of thoughts are
Okay.
you conjuring up?
I think a lot. So
Really?
I do that a lot, yes.
In the
yes.
shower?
All the time. I'm an overthinker. But I'm a twin, as you guys know, and we share the same DNA. And the reason why twins are called a fluke of nature is because when the egg is in the uterus and it starts to divide, one cell drops and then it starts to replicate the other
The other.
cell.
Oh, okay.
So that's how you get identical twins. So I want to know who's the originator twin. Like which
Like,
one
who is the replica?
Yes, which one is the clone and
who's
which one is
the
the
copy?
OG? Yes. I don't know. We'll never find out. You know, I was born first, but who knows? Maybe Tia wanted
That's
to
a
push
good
me
one.
out, or maybe she just like wanted to be in there a little bit longer, but we don't know who the OG was.
And there's no testing for this.
No testing.
What?
Right?
That's
Right.
deep. That's
Yeah.
a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Do you guys think in the shower too?
Am I the only one?
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I see showers as like more of a relaxation place. I get more zen in the shower, so I'm not like overthinking about anything. I have the opposite problem of like overthinking.
Okay.
I fall asleep.
In the shower?
I swear I will lay my butt right there on the floor and I will fall asleep in the shower. Swear it to you.
Adrian
I have a
Houghton.
bench thing too. I just be on there like, let it rain down on me, and I'm just knocked out. My husband gets so nervous, he'll walk in there and be like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm just taking a little nap. What?
And everybody wonders why Los Angeles is in a drought.
I was originally from New York. We didn't have that problem.
Adrian Houghton.
Wait, that's dangerous, babe. I'm kind of worried.
Yeah,
like,
don't do that, because that...
You could drown.
Because you're small, too. What if you drown?
You can drown in the rain.
What if, all joking aside, but kind of, what if little Aid, like, lays her body over the drain so the water fills up?
It doesn't work like that. Oh my gosh. Guys, I'm not gonna drown in the shower.
Okay.
Am I the only one that's just concentrating on getting clean in the shower?
Yeah, right? Get every crevice.
All these, I'm the first egg, and you taking naps.
Once I became a mommy, I discovered something else.
What?
Okay, did you guys know that the ABCs and Twinkle Twinkle Little Star have the same melody?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, you did?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Jeannie, what are you doing in the shower?
When I'm in the shower, I'm usually looking down.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Groundbreaking, I tell you.
Oh my gosh, there was another one. I'm a little bit embarrassed to say this.
Well,
my mom used to
you're
say...
on the roll now.
I know, wait. My mom used to say, dang, Tamara, you are slow as molasses. I finally realized that molasses is thick syrup. That's why she was like, molasses is slow.
Hey,
wait, you didn't know what molasses was? Now, do you ever get annoyed listening to your older relatives tell stories about what things were like in their day? Like when they had to walk 10 miles in the snow to get to school. Well, one Reddit forum recently asked users what they thought the back-in-the-day stories would be for our generation. For example, one user said, back in the day, we only browsed the internet while we were awake.
That is true.
That's crazy. Like, what if, yeah, exactly. And another user said, back in my day, we had talented artists like Gucci Gang. Oh, she's out there like, yes, yes. So, ladies, when we're in the retirement home together, what things are our grandchildren never gonna believe happened back in our days?
That I had to yell at my brother to get off the phone so I could use the online internet.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Like, I had to get online.
Well, back in my day, cereal used to come with a toy in the box.
Yes.
I remember.
Now you don't
so
have no
true.
damn toys.
Yes.
A little plastic nothing, or sometimes it would be like a sticker.
Yeah, and you know what? Back in my day, Babe was a body of water.
That is true.
Oh.
Yeah,
that is true.
That's one for you and your thinking, okay?
Oh, thanks, honey. Thanks. I got one.
Okay.
Back in my day, we didn't text. We passed notes in class.
Oh, that's
Remember that?
Oh.
Yes.
I had a technique.
That's gonna seem like ancient to your kids.
Yes,
like that's
know.
gonna seem so far away.
Yeah.
Back in the day, encyclopedias was the only research materials we had.
That is true.
Yes.
And people would come to your house and sell them as a set.
I got another one. Back in my day, Will Smith and Mark Wahlberg were rappers.
Oh.
That's not a diss.
No, that's good.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Jeannie?
That was a diss?
No.
Oh, I was about to say.
Was it?
How about,
I just forgot they were rappers.
Yeah.
I forgot. Jeannie?
how about back in my day, there was a time where BlackBerry Messenger was the best form of communicating.
Yes.
Do you remember BlackBerry Messenger?
Yes.
You wouldn't let go of your BlackBerry because you never trusted
BBM.
And like
another
the red light.
smartphone.
And the red light,
Yes.
you knew you had a message.
Oh, wow.
And the only thing that was whack about BBM was that you couldn't see the message unless you opened it. And
Yes.
it would tell the person that you read the
it.
message.
I liked that.
Back in my day,
No.
side chicks knew they place.
That's a good one.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, wait for that
that's
one.
a good one.
I've been waiting to use that one. I was like, we gonna find some way to use
That's
that
a good
line.
Oh mine is so lame. Okay, I would tell my kids, like, back in the day, like, if you had a television show that you really loved, you would actually have to, like, rush home and see it live in time. We didn't have no DVR, no Netflix, no on demand. If you missed it, you missed it. That's it. It's a wrap.
Yeah.
Your friends are now gonna have to tell you what happened. Who killed who? Who's whose baby? You know.
I loved our time, though. I miss those times.
Do you guys remember? Sorry, Jeannie.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No. Do you remember back in the day when you took pictures? You had to go to CVS and wait like a week or two to get them developed.
Oh my gosh, yes.
But I remember being so excited when you finally got the pictures.
Yes.
That's actually a really good one.
Yeah.
I still go to CVS for my pictures.
I go to Costco. It's a
I'm
little
not gonna
cheaper.
front. I now go to CVS and I do like where you actually put your phone and the pictures and you can print them out.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
Those
Yeah.
are good days, man.
I know.
Back in the day.
It's important in life to have the kind of friend that you know, no matter what, will tell it to you straight and always have your back. If you can get yourselves a Jeannie, never let her go.
Yeah.
She's passionate, fashionable, honest, and a great listener.
Yes.
And she's always dishing up her down-to-earth fashion advice. You've been sending in your questions. Now Jeannie is gonna drop some truth bombs. Listen up, this is Jeannie's Gems.
Okay, Jeannie, your first question comes from Gardalise Centeno in Philly, who watches us on Fox 29. Take a look.
Hi Jeannie, I absolutely love fashion, but every time it's raining outside, I never know what to wear for work. There's always a dilemma in my closet. Do you have any tips that can help stay fashionable yet professional at the same time during those rainy days?
Yes, pretty. Okay, so when I heard your question, I wanted to pull up some images because it's really hard in fashion to not visualize what it is I'm describing. So when it comes to rainy weather, you always want to dress in layers, right? And the art to layering is to make sure everything looks effortless.
Yeah.
So the first picture I have here is actually a picture of Lonnie's third cousin, Kate Middleton. So always invest in water repellent fabric. So this is Kate Middleton in a nylon jacket. Nylon jackets are just great because the water beads off of you and this is easy to layer. A second way to do this is to make sure that you have soft fabrics that are lengthy. Something like this, actually this is one of the dresses. A dress is also a good piece to layer pieces underneath. And you always want to make sure that even though it's dark and gloomy outside, that doesn't mean you have to dress dark and gloomy on the inside. So make sure to pop those patterns, colors, use solids as your hat and your bottom. And then the other picture I have is the one where you have a trench jacket. And you can also use pashminas. Always give yourself shape. So if you have a really big oversized scarf, you can even use that around your exterior and then belt it so you still have that silhouette. So make sure you love it up in layers, okay?
I love
Good job, Jeannie. That's good. We got another one for you. This question comes from Reagan Herzog in Rochester, Pennsylvania. She watches us on BET. All right.
Thank you for watching.
Here's her story. I recently graduated high school and I'm heading to college in New York City for fashion. I eventually want to be a stylist. Now, I was born with a heart condition and I've had 2 operations that left me with a scar down my chest. I believe that the scars of people like me shouldn't be marked as flaws, but as beauty and strength. Jeannie, as a fashion person, how would I be able to break the barrier between flaws and beauty?
Oh my gosh. Well, first of all, I love that you're already 5 steps ahead of the game because you recognize that a scar is another way of saying I survived. So congratulations to that. Second thing is, man, I am so happy that you're entering the styling industry because we need people like you. The fashion industry is so saturated already with stylists. And most stylists are really, they do well in business because A, they have great connections with designers, or B, they're just famous for design or dressing a lot of celebrities. But for you, you already have something that makes a brand last, which is your story. You have a brand to your business, and that is your own scar. And when I was styling, a lot of women, every one of us even at this table, have shared our own wounds, our scars that we still carry today. But what a lot of women don't realize is that fashion can be your armor. Fashion can be your way to show your strength even when you're not feeling it inside. So you're already sharing that story by wearing that scar as your beauty mark, and now all you have to do is teach women out there that they can do the same by styling it up with strength. So I'm so proud of you. Thank you for doing that. Whenever we are faced with a dating dilemma, we just know that we have...
Oh, you're where are you?
I'm actually shopping right now.
You're shopping.
Oh my God, are you in the grocery store?
Yes, I am.
Oh, that is awesome.
What's your name and where you from in that grocery store?
My name is Dana, and I'm from North Las Vegas, Nevada.
I love the grocery store, man.
Now, it's Monday. Do you have any secrets for getting through the week?
Well, actually, I should have been at work today, but I took the day off to spend some time with my husband, who just came back from a long trip. So, what I can say is this day is going to get me through the week.
That's a saucy marriage.
Do you get to watch us? How often do you watch The Real?
Every day. Of course, I work when you guys are on, but I record and come home and watch my TV. I love you, girls.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. That's so awesome.
She runs home to watch us.
All right, well, we love to put our fans to the test with some tricky trivia questions. Are you ready to win some money, honey? Okay.
Okay, awesome. All right. Earlier this year, we not only hosted at this award show, but we also won a major award.
Yes, we did.
What was the event or the award?
I'm so nervous right now. Was it,
It has something to do with you.
best show?
Yes.
Won that category.
And
Yeah,
what's the name of the organization?
Oh,
You got it.
Has two A's.
It
It's
has
the
black
N-
colored people.
NAA.
the NWA award.
Yes!
Have you ever had a question for your OB-GYN that you were just too embarrassed to ask?
Yes.
Of course you have. You're only human. Today, we're answering all your questions that you should know the answers to, but you might be too embarrassed to ask. This is OB-GYN Hotline.
Hello, you reached the OB-GYN hotline where you can feel 100% comfortable asking us anything and it's completely anonymous.
Hi. This is my first time calling. I'm so glad I found you guys. I have a question that I've been really embarrassed to ask, but I just don't know the answer. Okay, so here it goes. If you have unprotected sex while on your period, can you still get pregnant?
Hold up. Is this Adrian Holden? Oh my God, I'm such a fan! Oh my God, this is Adrian Holden!
You're being so loud. What are you doing?
I can't believe Adrian Holden, one of the hosts from The Real and a former cheetah girl, is calling the OB-GYN hotline with a sex question. Okay, I got you, girl. It is a common myth that you can't get pregnant while you're on your period, but there's actually a small possibility that you can. It all depends on if you're ovulating and where you are in your menstrual cycle. Plus, keep in mind that if you have sex at the end of your period, that sperm can live inside you for up to 5 days. Because there is a risk there as well. So, while chances of getting pregnant from period sex are low, if you don't want a pregnancy scare, you should just use some form of protection. There you have it, Adrian Holden. Thank you for calling the OB-GYN hotline, where your privacy is our #1 concern.
Thank you so much for the info, but please don't tell anyone that I called.
Oh, of course. Discretion is the name of the game.
Thank you.
Hey, Phil! Phil! Adrian Holden just called in with a question. Oh, my God, I can't believe it. Okay. OB-GYN hotline, we promise not to tell anyone you called us with a question. How may I help you?
Hi there. I have a question I've been dying to know the answer to, but I just don't feel comfortable asking it face to face. Thank God for you guys. Okay, so here it is. If someone has been taking birth control for a long time, would that affect their fertility when they go off of it?
Hold the phone. Hold the phone. Tamara Morey-Housley? Tamara Morey-Housley is calling me, an unnamed person for privacy reasons, at the OB-GYN hotline with a question about birth control. Phil, pick up the phone. Phil, Tamara think you're so great.
Well,
oh, my
please,
goodness.
for the love of God, get Phil off the phone.
Phil, hang up the phone. She getting mad. Hang up. All right. Tam, here's
my
your
Lord.
answer.
Okay.
The myth that going off the pill makes it take longer to get pregnant is just that, a myth. It only applies to women with pre-existing ovulation problems. Now, some women get pregnant just a week or two after they stop taking the pill. So basically, if you use birth control pills for 6 months or 10 years, once you go off it, your body should be going back to ovulating normally.
Oh, well, thank you. I'm probably gonna report you to the Better Business Bureau, but dang, that answer was solid. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you, Tamara. Giving my best to your whole family, please, okay? Hello? Did she hang up? Oh, all right. This is the OB-GYN Hotline. How may I help you in the most private way possible?
Hi. Okay, so, I wasn't sure if I should call or not, but I've been wondering about the answer to this question for a while, and I figured, what the heck, I'll call because you guys are anonymous, right? So I've been dying to know, how common is toxic shock syndrome?
That is a really good question. You know, I took anonymous calls earlier from Adrian Houghton and Tamara Mori-Housley, and this is by far my favorite question of the day.
Okay.
Now it's time to answer,
Okay.
so here we go.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Is this Panda Eye Jeannie Mai?
No.
It is you!
Dude!
That is such a Jeannie Mai thing to say. Oh, Phil, I hit the trifecta. I got all three of the hoes from the real. Hey, tell everybody in the office. Okay, back to your question. Toxic shock syndrome is a bacterial infection that could lead to multiple organ failure. Using tampons can put you at a higher risk of TSS because if you leave them in for too long, you can breed the bacteria that causes the infection. However, it is not that common. Only 1 in 100,000 menstruating women in the United States are diagnosed with TSS annually. Just change your tampons every 4 to 8 hours to avoid any potential scares. Thank you, Jeannie Mai. You were my last call of the day. Time to hit that brown liquor. Ow!
Wait a minute.